Hi, welcome to the galley. In the galley today, I'm making my own homemade V8 juice. Now, you do not have to have a juicer on the boat. I make this in my juicer, but everybody doesn't have a juicer. You don't have to. You can do this in your food processor, or you can do this in your blender. And another thing too, it's not always tomato season, and tomato seasons aren't always the greatest, and you don't have to have fresh tomatoes. But if you do, you want about 4 or 5 fresh tomatoes. I'm going with canned tomatoes, and you can do this with crushed, or you can do this with whole tomatoes, and I'm gonna pour those here into my blender. Now, one thing about making your own V8 juice is you get to pick and choose the vegetables that you like. I like beets. I'm adding beets to mine. If beets aren't your thing, you don't have to add beets, but if you're adding beets, one small beet, give it a nice chop. Now, I think one thing that V8 juice needs is cucumbers, and these are 2 little heirloom English cucumbers that I picked up at the farm stand, and I think they're going to be perfect in here. Celery. I think in the V8 that you buy, it does have beets, cucumber, celery, and it also has parsley. I am not doing the parsley because I'm not a parsley fan, but I am doing spinach. I'm doing a handful of baby spinach. In we go. And then, of course, carrots, 1 to 2 carrots, your choice. And just like everything else, we're just gonna give it a nice rough chop. And then I like red bell peppers, so I'm definitely gonna add a little red bell pepper to mine. And then you're gonna want some acid. You want something to really brighten this up and balance everything out. Take a lime and squeeze all the juice in here. So this definitely comes together really fast. I'm gonna add a little of my Edmonds real salt. You can do a little kosher salt. And I'm gonna do about a half a teaspoon. So if you're using fresh tomatoes, you're gonna add some filtered water. With fresh tomatoes, you're gonna need to add more water than if you're doing with the can. But I would say, whichever you're doing, start with a half a cup and just keep adding till it's kind of the consistency that you want. And now you know what to do. We're going to give this a whirl, and you just really want to puree the dickens out of this. So I know it's super easy just to go out there and buy a bottle of V8 juice, but when you make your own, first of all, the level of freshness that you taste is unlike anything you've ever tasted. Or, maybe it's just the summer and you have an abundance of vegetables. You also get to pick and choose what vegetables you want. Anything that you like goes. You can put it in here. And you might want to do this if you're having a party and you want to make Bloody Marys. And this is the perfect base for your homemade Bloody Marys. And you can also water bath can it. If you want to water bath can it, you're going to want to bring this to a boil, put it in your hot jars, and then in your water bath canner, 35-40 minutes. So look at that. 8 whole cups of V8 juice. And you have to taste it. It's so amazing. It's so delicious. It tastes like a garden. So if you make your own V8 juice, let me know in the comments what you put in yours. Thanks for being here today. See you later.